of you. Dear students, I welcome you all in digital class of biology. Dear students, as you all know that we had started with the revision for our unit test. Okay, so today's topic for the revision is pollination. Okay, but before that I would like to say something to you which Lord Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita. Dear student, he said that if you don't fight for what you want, I repeat, if you don't fight what you want, please don't cry for what you lost. Okay, so keep fighting, keep working hard for the things what you really want. Okay, all the best students. Okay, so with this I would like to start with my today's topic, that is pollination. Students, we all are aware about its definition because about this we have studied in our junior classes as well. So what is pollination? Yes, pollination is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma. Clear? Student, now in this we will study that there are two types of pollinations. Okay, so I hope so that you all are ready with it. Clear? So students, this is your pollination. Okay, I need to zoom it out so that it must be visible to you clearly. Okay, so students, pollination, it is of two types, that is self-pollination and cross-pollination. Okay, second name of cross-pollination is xenogamy. Remember, okay, in your board exam they will not ask you the definition of cross-pollination, but they will simply ask you that define xenogamy. So you must know that xenogamy is just a cross-pollination. So you have to write its definition. Okay. Student, further self-pollination, it is of two types, that is autogamy and geitonogamy. What is autogamy? When pollination takes place between the same flower, whereas geitonogamy occur when the pollination occur in different flower of the same plant. Okay, for example, suppose it is your plant. Okay, one flower is here and one flower is here. Okay, plant is same but flowers are different. Okay, it can be your male flower, it can be your female flower. Okay, so pollen grain, okay, will move from here to here. Student, how? It will occur through different agencies. Clear? So student, next is your cross pollination. Okay, how your cross pollination occur? It occur by two agencies, that is abiotic and biotic. What do you understand by the term abiotic? Student, abiotic means non-living things, so wind and water. Okay, and the pollination that occur with the help of wind is known as anemophily. Okay, and the pollination that occur with the help of water is known as hydrophily. Very important. Okay, it can come in your MCQs that pollination by water is known as hydrophily. So please remember it. Next, by biotic agencies. Okay, these are your entomophily. Remember it, students. I'll zoom it out more. Clear? See here, the pollination by insect is known as entomophily. Okay, ento means insect. Second is pollination by bat is known as chiropterophily. Very important. Pollination by snail, malacophily, and the pollination by bird, it is ornithophily. So student, you need to learn all these agencies. Okay, understood? First is your entomophily that occur with the help of insect, then chiropterophily that occur with the help of bat, malacophily that occur with the help of snails, and ornithophily that occur with the help of birds. Clear? Very important question for your MCQ. Understood? I hope so that you know about this thing now. Now students, self-pollination. What is self-pollination? We all know about it. Okay. So it is a transfer of pollen grain from the anther of a flower to the stigma of either the same or genetically similar flower. Okay, gene should be same, and accordingly it is of two types, that is autogamy and geitonogamy. I have told you about these two terms. Okay, autogamy means within the same flower, whereas geitonogamy means between different flower of the same plant. Okay, this is same plant but these flowers are different. Clear? Next is student autogamy. Okay, here we will understand, okay, theoretically that what is this. It is a type of cell pollination in which intersexual or perfect flower is pollinated by its own pollen. Okay, or simple definition is what? It is a type of cell pollination in which pollen move from anther to stigma of the same flower. Getting? Now student, how this autogamy is achieved? Okay, it is achieved by two methods, that is homogamy and cleistogamy. Student, what is homogamy? Homogamy occur in your chesmogamous flower. What is this chesmogamous flower? Okay, in your board exam they can ask you the definition of chesmogamous flower. So chesmogamous flowers are your open flower, okay, where your anther and stigma they are open. Okay, and here artificially we can bring it together, okay, so that self pollination should be there. Understood? Homogamy means here your both, okay, pollen grains and ovule they matured, okay, so they can undergo pollination at the same time. Getting? And student, second important definition for your board point of view, they can ask you define cleistogamy or cleistogamous flower. So what are these cleistogamous flower? Student, here in simple word I can say that these are closed flower. Closed flower means what? Both stigma and your stamens they are enclosed within the petals. Okay, understood? So automatically, okay, how some pollen grain from any other area can fall into it? No, it can't happen. Okay, why? Because your flower is closed. Understood? Cleistogamy, cleisto, Cl, closed. So I hope so that it is easy. Please student, go for the definition of chesmogamous flower and cleistogamous flower. Okay, very very important. Okay, in your this board exam they will just simply ask you the definition. So student, it is the picture you can easily see. Okay, pollen grain, and after that what is there? Pistil is there. Okay, and then this pistil will collect these pollen. Okay, and pollen comes loose from the stamens. Okay, this is a kind of your self pollination. Student, second is your geitonogamy. Okay, what I have told you? I have told you that it is a type of pollination in which pollen grain of one flower are transferred to the stigma of the another flower belonging to either the same plant or genetically similar plant. Clear? In geitonogamy, the flower often shows modification which is similar to one found in xenogamy and cross pollination. Why? Because pollen grain will move through different agencies. Okay, why? Because your pollen grain or your anther is in different direction and your stigma is in different direction. Why? Because they are present in different flower of the same plant. Getting? Student, next is your advantages and disadvantages. Okay, just go for it. After that, cross pollination. What is this cross pollination? Another name of cross pollination is xenogamy or allogamy. Okay, what is this? Please student, remember the second name of cross pollination. In your exam they will ask you about xenogamy or allogamy. Okay, so what is cross pollination? It is the transfer of pollen grain from the anther of one flower to the stigma of the genetically different flower. Clear? Genetically different flower. Okay, so student, we have known that cross pollination is performed with the help of different agencies. Okay, so about this we have studied earlier only, but again we will revise. Okay, so first is your abiotic agencies and then your biotic agencies. Okay, the example of your abiotic agencies are wind and water. When the pollination occurs with the help of wind, it is known as anemophily, whereas when the pollination occurs with the help of water, it is known as hydrophily. Clear? Second is your biotic agencies. When pollination occurs with the help of insect, it is known as entomophily. When occur with the help of bird, known as ornithophily. Occur in the presence of bat, okay, with the help of bat, chiropterophily. When pollination occur with the help of snail, Malecophily. Okay, and when occur with the help of ants, Myrmecophily. Okay, and when occur with the help of snake, Ophiophily. Remember, it is important for your competitive point of view also. Okay, as well as for your board point of view also. Clear? Students, now we will study about anemophily. What is this anemophily? I have told you that it is a mode of cross pollination, okay, or transfer of pollen grain through the agency of wind. Please remember example. In biology, diagrams are important, examples are important, okay. So please remember these examples, and these are the following characteristics that must be present in that flower. Clear? So flower must be colorless, okay, odorless and nectarless, okay. Why? Because it is simply occur with the help of wind, okay. So wind doesn't care that whether the flower is beautiful or it is emitting some, okay, good odor or something like that. Clear? Second, student, most important thing that, okay, in case of your anemophily, pollen grain must be light, small and winged, okay, so that it can easily blown away, okay, or it must be dusty, dry, smooth, non-sticky and unwettable, okay. If something is wet, it is difficult to take it out from one position to another with the help of wind. Next, understood? Next is student stigma. Stigma in case of your anemophily, okay, must be hairy, feathery or branched to catch the wind-borne pollen grains. Next is student, pollen grain are produced in very large number. It must be present, okay. Clear? So that by chance during wind pollination, if out of 100 pollen grain, 10 are falling also, at least we have 90 pollen grain that will reach to a particular stigma, okay. I hope so that you have got. Okay, this is the picture which will show the anemophily, okay. See how, see with the help of wind, okay, pollen grain will move. These are a kind of your pollen grain, okay. Next student, it is hydrophily, okay. Hydro word it is for water, okay. So it is a mode of pollination or transfer of pollen grain through the agencies of water. Examples of those flowers are Justra and Vallisneria. Please, again I am repeating, learn these examples, okay. And what are the characteristics, okay, that must be there in the flower that undergo hydrophily? So students, flower must be small and inconspicuous, okay. Second, nectar and odor must be absent, okay. It doesn't care, okay, understood. But nectar and odor, it is very much important for your insect, for your bird, okay. So it is important feature in case of your ornithophily and entomophily, but not at all of any importance in case of your hydrophily, understood. Third student, pollen grain are light and unwettable due to presence of mucilage cover. Okay student, you might be thinking that how the pollen grain in case of your water are unwettable. Student, there is a presence of mucilage cover, okay, which doesn't allow the pollen grain to wet. Clear? Second is student, stigma is long, sticky but unwettable, okay, because it is above the water, so it is also unwettable. Clear? Learn example. Example of your hydrophily is Justra and Vallisneria. Clear? Next student, this is the example, okay. This is. Next, entomophily. Student, what is this entomophily? Again, I have told you earlier only that in this case the pollen grains are transferred to a mature stigma through the agency of insects like moth, butterfly, wasp, bees, beetle. Clear? And what are the characteristics that must be there in the flower? The flower must be showy or brightly colored, okay, so that your insect must be easily attracted by that flower. Second is, most insect pollinated flower have a landing platform, okay. It must have that area on which your insect can land, as we can see in this picture. Clear? The pollen grain are spiny in this case, then heavy and surrounded by a yellow oily sticky substance called pollen kit. Clear? In this, your pollen grain must have this pollen kit, so that your insect must easily carry it and should easily okay, will take it out over the stigma of any other flower. Next is students, stigmas are often inserted and sticky. Okay, and some flower provide safe place to insect for laying eggs. Example, your yucca. Understood? Yucca is also a insect. Clear? So it is the picture that showing entomophily. Clear? Next is student, ornithophily. What is this? With the help of birds. Okay, it is the mode of allogamy. Allogamy means cross pollination, which is performed with the help of birds. Only a few type of birds are specialized for this. Okay, make it sure that every bird don't perform. Okay, can't perform ornithophily, and they usually have small size and long beaks. Okay, those birds which follow ornithophily, they must have long beak. Okay. So student, what are the features? Ornithophilous flowers are usually brightly colored, such as red, orange, yellow or blue, so that it can be easily seen and attracted. Okay, the floral parts are commonly leathery, okay, so that it can hold the weight of that such a big bird. And the students, also important thing is that the ornithophilous flowers secrete abundant watery nectar, okay, or and that is edible for the birds, and scent is often absent. Clear? So students, now we have studied about different type of pollination and its agencies. Now it's time to study that what are the method which will ensure cross pollination. Student, one term is there, dichogamy. What is dichogamy? Means your anther and stigma, they will mature at two different time in a bisexual flower. Bisexual flower means what? Flower contain both male and female parts, but still it undergo cross pollination. Okay, and it happens due to protandry and protogyny. What happen in protandry, student? In this, anther mature earlier than stigma of the same flower. Clear? And their pollen grains become available to stigma of the older flower, example your sunflower and salvia. Whereas in case of your protogyny, gyne means what? Gynoecium means what? Female part. So here stigma mature earlier so that they get pollinated before the anthers of the same flower develop pollen grain. Clear? Example of this is Mirabilis jalapa. Okay, I am sure that you know about this flower now, because we have studied about this in your genetics also. Okay, commonly known as 4 o'clock, then gloriosa and plantagua. Clear? Student, one more that topic I am taking here, that is artificial pollination, because it is important. Okay, what is this? This is a technique for the purpose of hybridization. What happened here? It involves the pollination of desired female parent with the pollen from the desired male parent. Okay, and it can be achieved with the help of emasculation and bagging. Okay, what is this emasculation? Taking out of the anther with the help of forceps. Okay, for example, students, it is your flower. Okay, and here your stigma is there, stigma, style and ovary is there, and here your anther is there. Then in case of emasculation, we will take this anther out with the help of forceps. Clear? And this process is known as emasculation. After that, we will cover this, and this is known as bagging. Okay, and after that, okay, I can insert my own desired pollen grain over this stigma. Okay, because here I want to produce the flower of my own choice. Okay, I hope so that you have got. Okay, this will be more clear to you through this picture. See here. What is this? It is your bisexual flower. Okay, this is, okay, they have cut it. They have cut the stamen part. Okay, and now they are only with your pistil part. Okay, and now they have inserted here your desired pollen. Clear? And now it will grow. Clear? From here they have taken out desired pollen and now they have inserted it here. Clear? So with this, students, I have finished my today's topic. I hope so that you all have got it. But if still there is any query, please feel free to call me. Okay, here as I have sent you, okay, important topics for your FAs or unit test. You need to go through this Okay, and for any query, please feel free to call me. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.